Hello, world. Welcome to PonderCast, episode number 22. Happy 2019. This is one of the EdTech Hero podcasts where we try to inspire, educate, and innovate for both the classroom, the family, and your PD. Before we get started here with Kyle Kline, who's going to talk all about great ways, fun ways, free ways to use Google Tour Builder, I want to make sure and I want to ask you to hit that subscribe button right down below. Let's get started. What's up, Kyle Kline?
Hey, how's it going, Seth? I had to break out the Purdue jacket because since you are a Purdue fan, as you can see, I got all my Purdue stuff back here too. Yep, I saw that. I'm the Mathematics Curriculum and Technology Integration Specialist at Delphi Community Junior Senior High School. I sound really important, don't I?
You are important. Kyle, before we get to talking about Google Tour Builder, which you and Robbie and Kyle have gone around and shown off, and I can't wait for you guys to share with us. I want to just jump into some lightning questions so that we can know you a little better.
Yes.
First, Kyle, what's your favorite color?
Oh, clear.
What is your favorite app that you use right now?
Oh, gosh, my favorite app. Oh, it's got to be GIF. GIF, JIF.
Okay.
Or we call it GIF, maybe. Somebody may.
What was the most recent book you read?
Most recent book? Oh, God, you guys are going to think I'm such a nerd. It's about like using like short strategies for like opening a classroom.
What is the most amount of Mountain Dews you've ever had in one day?
Like cans, I would say, oh gosh, can-wise, maybe like 4 or 5. I did kind of like shotgun a 24-ounce Mountain Dew one time, and it really, really burned.
That's not healthy.
No, it wasn't. Like my eyes were watering and everything.
You should be sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Yeah, and actually, like clear is not my favorite color. Green is my favorite color, and it goes perfect with the can.
And you're the king of like these great suits. If Mountain Dew could send you a suit, and I mean, you would wear that all the time.
I'm pretty sure as long as it came with a matching tie, I could do that. Bow tie.
All right, and the last question is, what was the last song played on your Alexa or your phone?
Oh gosh. Okay, so while I was getting ready, I just heard the last song was probably Cardi B. I Like It Like That.
Now that we all got to know you maybe a little bit too much, please share some Google Tour Creator stuff.
So Tour Creator was awesome. It came out last year. Robbie Grimes, Kyle Beamfor, and we got in on the beta where we were able to actually make expeditions for the Google Expeditions. And so we had it was all nice and pretty. And they said, you'll have through like June to get all your stuff in. And so we were able to go to Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We were able to go actually to, we were able to go to the Indianapolis Zoo, and we got some nice little, I would say, private tours where not everybody gets to go. And they were very generous with letting us take photos and get some information. And then we shared everything with, IMS and with the zoo as well. I would say that, we were pretty excited and we were just finishing up. And then all of a sudden, Tour Creator shows up at the end of May. And we're like, I thought we're in this beta until like the end of June. And so we're like, now everybody can make cool stuff. I have a couple that I started, and I'll show one that Robbie, he finished up the zoo. You can actually search for it if you go to poly.google.com. And so I'm going to type in Indianapolis Zoo. When you do this, it shows up with Robbie's name here. So it looks very similar to how Tour Creator is, like when we get that here shortly. So our first scene is going to be the macaws, and it's pretty cool because you can actually, post in images and information. So we have Robbie used his nice camera with the DSLR lens on it and got these close-ups of these macaws. And so we put the information here. You can kind of float around. This is one where like the blue one was just getting ready to head out. And then we got another close-up of one here. The cool thing about this is, with the 360 is you can just pan all around and you can see everything. In fact, you can even see 3 really cool guys that are trying to not be noticeable right here when you take a 360 photo. because that is one difficult thing to do, is to get out of the way. Yeah, actually the first day we went was in April, and we're like, oh, this would be great. There's not going to be that many people there. Well, there wasn't, because it was 30 degrees and there were hardly any animals out there either. And so that was a bummer part. But so we have 9 different scenes in here. We have the brown bears, and we have some close-ups you can see. We have all the different little birds in here where you can walk in, and this is cool because they actually took our camera and stuck it down in the you can see the bottom of it there. Actually stuck it in the exhibit, and so we got this close-up of the tortoise and the rhinoceros iguana. So there's that beautiful looking guy right there. And so then we went through the dolphin show. We were able to see from down below. They wouldn't let us take it. The only bad thing is we couldn't put the camera in water, or it wouldn't take photos through the water. Wi-Fi doesn't actually go through water, because that's how you connect to your phone.
I thought you were going to say they wouldn't let you jump in with the dolphins.
Well, they didn't let us do that either. We tried. So that's kind of what the zoo is like. And so those can be, if you go to poly.google.com, you can search for many, many things here, which is really cool. We actually had an e-learning day where one of our teachers looked up bakeries around the world and put it into a hyperdoc. And the students had to compare and contrast the different things they noticed in these famous bakeries, which I thought was a great idea. But if you go to poly.google.com, there's all kinds of 360 things you can have. You can even find art. You can find the cows here. It's just a lot of cool created stuff. So if you want to create your own and get it published to Poly, then that's when you need to go to Tour Creator.
Okay, so the Poly is the ones that are already published.
Correct.
The Tour Creator is the creator side of it. Okay, very cool.
Yes, and so Poly's cool if you want kids to consume stuff, but you really want them to create, then you really need to go to Creator. And that's, consumption versus creation. There's that big debate. And I think both sides are great, but I think you need to have the kids creating stuff as well. Here's where you can go in, and we started a couple. You can see that I have all these drafts in here, and you can actually take a template. So you can choose one that you like to view. So if I go to templates here, you can go here, choose anyone, and then you can actually use it as a template, which is pretty cool. And so you can actually, if there's something with Machu Picchu, say you actually travel to Machu Picchu, you can get you can add your own photos to what's already created. There's some amazing, amazing places in this world that I never am going to be able to go to. And so I love going through here. Here is one that I started. And so I'll just go into here, because then you can kind of see how you can look at it. It's called What the Heck, because we were showing it at, this is my my practice at when I did the head conference. Actually, Kyle added this because he and I co-presented. So this is something from the Levi Coffin Museum. And this is, I know he had some issues because he traveled around the state on his bike and would ride around and get 360s, and he started creating a ton of these this summer. So he had a cool grant from his school education foundation. And I know I will give a little word to the wise, like he did. You always want to ask before you go and start taking photos, because there are some places that really don't want you to take photos of their information, because they're afraid that they're going to get people are not going to join in, or not going to visit their places anymore.
We want to help advertise, especially our local museums, and so you might want to share it with them that you're doing that. We want to grab interest of our students and our community members, and then that will be the invite into the doors and things like that. And hopefully more people will come, and you'll just help advertise it. And then the students get to be the creators.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And that's kind of what the stance we've taken, at my school, is, one of our goals is to go around to some of the local eateries around Delphi and to have them do a couple 360 photos from different places. And, we're going to share it with the Chamber of Commerce in Delphi. And so they're going to be able to post it on their website. We already did one for the Opera House, which was actually built back in the 1860s. And then it was not used for 80 years. And then they just redid it maybe about 5 years ago. And it's an amazing, oh my gosh, it's amazing. And so we had kids go through there, and they created the content with information they shared. And we gave it to the museum so they could post it on their website.
So do you guys let the kids borrow your 360 cameras?
And so we haven't had any issues with sharing out any devices yet, but like they do sign them out. They have to sign a little paper. Their parents sign a paper, make sure, if this doesn't come back, then, it's got to be replaced, and the school doesn't have a ton of money. So it's going to be kind of on you. But we've also taken a day field trip where we've gone around town for like in the morning, and then in the afternoon we came back and the kids all worked on their different field trips within Tour Builder or Tour Creator. So it was cool because the kids were able to get information, they were able to get images, and they didn't have to wait till the next day in class, like a 49-minute period. We had 3 hours in the afternoon to start working on it.
What grade levels did you do that with?
We did it with high school, but my buddy Bill at Scheidler is looking at doing it with some third graders, I think, this year, because community is a big social studies standard for third grade. We did do it with some fifth graders last year, where they kind of went around our school's campus and took some different images of like our solar panels, the athletic fields, and some of the gymnasiums and things like that. So we have done it with fifth graders, and they did a tremendous job. So that's the cool thing about Tour Creator. I mean, it's like drag and drop, and then you just start typing in your info.
Can there be collaboration inside of those? Can there be many people working on one of the tours?
Unfortunately, that's not an option yet because it's still built under one person's name. So in this case,
so that's where it's cool, and sharing a notebook or sharing a Google Doc and having pictures, or even Google Slides and having pictures and text, and then one person can be the dragger and dropper of
that's actually how Robbie, Kyle, and I did it, because we're at 3 different districts that are pretty far away from each other, and so we had everything in Google Doc, and we were able to just add stuff. Like we had only one login, so like this is actually under my school's Gmail. You can't not add collaborators yet. I'm hoping they do soon, but that's not an option yet. One thing I did want to show here, whenever you title something, this is actually like a picture I took down at an old Civil War down in Savannah, and I just have to finish doing that tour, but that was the only picture I had at the moment. But you always have to put a little cover photo on here, and then you can go down here and start adding scenes. And the easiest way that I've done it is just by uploading from my Google Drive. So I take any images off the camera and then put them into my Google Drive, and I can just pull them, drag them into here. But something else that's really cool is you can actually go use Google Street View. If I want to type in, keep our theme going here, how about Mackey Arena? You can actually move Pegman around, so you could go to the outside. Anywhere there's blue lines, you can move around, and it'll take you around wherever this is in the map, which is pretty cool. You don't have to just stick with the one image they give you. So I'm going to go back inside Mackey Arena. And so you can actually look at the inside of it first. And then if I want to add this image here, I can actually just click on add scene. So it's cool. You don't have to have your own images. You can actually use what's been out on Street View already.
That is cool. And I do want to mention to everybody that even if you don't have a 360 camera, using the Google Street View app on your phone, you can just switch the camera, and then if you can kind of see there, it will turn your cell phone here into like a 360 camera. It'll like stitch everything together for you.
Yeah, the Street View app is pretty sweet. Like, I think you have to take, what is it, 36 photos, and it stitches them all together. So it takes a little while, and you got to make sure you don't like move all around. You got to kind of keep the camera kind of still, like in one place. So it's difficult to contort your body when you're doing that, but it does an amazing job stitching stuff together. So if you don't have a 360 camera, which takes in one snapshot, then yeah, using that free app on your phone does an awesome job as well.
And I love the idea of you gave earlier of having the students do like the campus around, and you could do, the football field and the basketball court and the swimming pool and things like that, and put, statistics up and pool records and court records, and give the kids practice before they go out into the field and into the neighborhood and things like that. That's a great idea. Plus that's just advertising for the school.
Right. Exactly. I know there are some schools like, have them practice and then maybe not publish, because there are some schools and some SROs that are worried about, if you post all the images and doorways of your school online, they're a little worried about the security for that.
What exciting stuff do you have going on in 2019?
We do have Starting next week, our tech challenge at Delphi. It's a 10-week challenge where we run it through Google Classroom, and the teachers get an assignment. Like, they can participate to join. It's really, it's not overly, I mean, it's techie, but it's not so far like anybody with any level of techiness can be a part of it. So like next week, we're starting with just how to do a screenshot. And so they have to do a screenshot on the device, upload to Google Classroom by 3:30 on Friday. And so then we've got 9 more challenges after that for the teachers. And there's some prizes at the end. So the teachers, last year, I think we had 63 of our, I don't know, actually it wasn't just the teachers, but we had 63 participants, which is over half of our staff. So Bill and I were pretty excited about that, and we're hoping to get that number increased this year.
That's awesome. Like a little gamification, a little enjoyment and learning, a little challenge. That's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah, it's fun. If you get they can complete the challenges at any time, but you have to complete it by 3:30 on Friday in order to get the 100 points. Like, we'll still give you partial credit if you do it at a later point, because ultimately we just want our teachers to try something new, get out of their comfort zone, and do it in a non-threatening way where like, oh, hey, this could be kind of fun. And they also get to see what everybody else turned in also. So it's pretty neat.
Well, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Mr. Kline _EdTech. I love communicating with people on Twitter. It's kind of a hobby of mine also. And so my wife's like, why are you talking to random people on Twitter? And I'm like, it's okay. I know these people. They're my people.
Thank you so much for being on this podcast, or PonderCast, and kicking off 2019. I will put a whole bunch of links below to get in contact with Kyle. And please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.